Palio di Siena, Italy's most famous horse race, and it's been going for over 800 years. It takes place right here in the Piazza del Campo, the heart of Siena. 10 of the city's 17 districts, known as Contrada, go head-to-head in a 90-second race where the rivalries are fierce. Colours are everywhere and the energy is like nothing I've ever felt. What you're about to watch isn't just a race, it's everything this city lives for.
Do you have a Contrade?
Yes, porcupine.
Porcupine. Okay. Come si dice in Italian?
Istrice.
Istrice. Istrice.
What I'm learning quickly is it's not just about the race on Wednesday. It is probably a week-long festival. This is a bit of the pre-trial buzz, let alone the pre-race buzz. There's a trial at 6:30, 7 o'clock this evening, but hopefully we're just waiting for some of the horses to come past and a Contrada to come past. We've had some songs in the background here, some beers, and I'm hoping to get a closer look at some of the horses. It's incredible. The horse leading the way, followed by the entire Contrada. I've never seen anything like this before. Our first look into the arena, and considering this is the trial, imagine what it's going to be like on race day. I knew I was going to expect something cool, but I did not quite expect it. What you've just witnessed there is one of the trial races. These happen on the run-up to the big race on Wednesday. Some horses trot round and just get used to the track, others go at half speed. And just as the Contradas marched their horses into the piazza, they gather and march them back out. Contradas must pass each other and sometimes tensions can boil over. The morning after the party of the trial race, or my first taste of what the Palio di Siena was like and what it meant to the people of Siena. And that's what I realized yesterday, was that for all it's fun me being a tourist here, this is very serious for the locals. So today we're going to catch up with Nico, a local restaurant owner, but somebody who's a great horse rider himself and whose father was a captain of a Contrada.
How are you this morning?
Ben.
Yeah?
Ben.
A little bit hangover?
Not too bad.
Not too bad.
Yes. È bello vederti. How do I say?
Thank you. Thank you. Me too.
I've been learning.
You want to go inside? A very important picture for me, because it's the last time we won. This is Aceto.
Oh, wow.
And during the start, that's the Panthers, they start to fight because we are favorite and they are not so favorite.
Ancora vediamo Aceto che reagisce mentre il Deletta, Nick, nerbate, botte da Orbi tra Aceto e Deletta e Legno. Ecco Aceto che insegue, Aceto prende nerbate, torna stacca sulla camera, bella mossa, Aceto prende nerbate.
Another picture I love is this. I'm so proud of me when I was the groom.
How do you feel when you look at that now?
Yeah, you feel very, very intense emotion because you are so proud to go to bring the horse of your neighborhood. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, you have a big responsibility because imagine the square is so crowded tomorrow and flags, everything. So the horses, you have to take him very calm, but it's not easy. Tomorrow, the city is like on fire. and it's very important for us because you wait all the year for these two races. So for us, tomorrow is one of the most important days of the year. The horse is the only one that can give you the happiness. Because if you have a good jockey, but not a good horse, you can't win.
Of course, Nico's right. Without a good horse, you won't win the Palio, but these Palio jockeys are a different breed altogether. Umberto Rispoli isn't a Palio jockey, he's an Italian-born top-level flat racing jockey, the kind we're more used to seeing. He's here in Siena on holiday with his family, not long after winning one of America's biggest horse races, the Preakness Stakes. Here's what Umberto makes of the Palio, the jockeys that ride in it, and the incredible city of Siena.
My history with Siena starts with my father. He was a jockey, and he used to ride those type of races. He never rides the Palio. His uncle did it a few times. So that's why I'm related to Siena. Since I'm a kid, I do start with those type of races. My father, every Sunday there was races like that, and he drives all the way around the Tuscany. So, and then I used to follow him everywhere. Siena, it's like when you ride the Epsom Derby, the Arc, for those type of jockeys.
Makes sense. I didn't actually know that. So these type of races exist in Tuscany, but the Palio di Siena is the...
Correct. Around the race of Siena, there is others. There is a circuit.
Okay.
Which there is a few tracks that they build it like Siena, which the horses have trials around. They have races, and where the people can see the new jockeys growing.
Okay.
So it's a discipline. You know, it's not like you are a jockey. You are the jockey of the Palio, which is totally different than about what we're doing. Those guys, they work at least 13, 14, 16 hours a day, stay on the horses. They wake up at 4:30 in the morning until 1, 2 o'clock. They own the horses.
Wow.
No saddles, working, going downhill, uphill, just to build in the balance. Then they go to the gym, back in the afternoon, go back on the horse again until 6, 7, 8 o'clock.
And they do that year round?
Year round.
Wow.
Year round.
So I'm guessing you can also ride bareback like these guys, even though didn't turn out to be...
I used to. You know, it's, as I said, you know, I always said, I call this like when the mosquitoes of the Palio bites you, you get injected by these adrenalines, by these amazing colors, CD, and that's how you can. That's your first time.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure you're going to be back probably August right away. Yeah, I'm 100% sure. I have no doubt about it. Because, you know, most of the time I try to explain to people that they come for the first time. I always say, don't go only for the Palio. Just go for the days before. See what it is around, the city, how the people lives that. And as I said, tomorrow you're going to see something like incredible. You'd see the horses walk into the church with the jockeys. People singing in the church with the horses right there. So that's something you would never see anywhere else in the world.
Umberto was right. The Palio mosquito had bitten me. And wanting to know more, we followed the Istrice Contrada as they marched away from the piazza. We might have found our Contrada. This is really cool. It's a bit of a breath out because we've had the last of the trials in the piazza. We decided we were going to pick a Contrada and follow them to see where they were headed to after the trials, and this is where it's led up. It's a huge dinner. Everybody meets here. It's quite incredible when you see it, to be honest. And this is the last evening before the race. You can still feel the excitement, but we're a little bit away from the piazza now, maybe a 10-15 minute walk. So you can sort of breathe out once you get here. But before we finish up for the day, I want to take you this way. Past many cases of wine, I should add, which are all ready for the Istrice Contrada. And that's what this Contrada is, the Istrice, the porcupine, which our taxi driver, actually, the first person we spoke to, said was his Contrada. But come and take a look at this view. Beautiful, beautiful place. However, there are other smokers. I think that'll do for day 2. It's an amazing place. The thing that strikes me the most is how proud the people of Siena are and how much they've held on to this tradition. We have nothing in England where we've really sort of held on and unapologetically been proud of something. So it's very cool to see. And with this beautiful backdrop, I think it's time to turn off the camera, go for a few beers. It's about 2:30. The streets are worryingly quiet, which means everybody is in the piazza. And hopefully we can still get in. I'm slightly worried that we might be cutting it fine. Panic over. We've just come and had a look at the piazza. There was more than a few beers last night, which means I think it was around midday. We got up and thought, God, are we going to miss getting into the middle of the piazza? Because people said you need to get here really early to get your spot, but it's 2:30. This is what it looks like now. And around the streets mostly is people doing the same as us. Stocking up on drinks, getting your scarves, and getting set. I'm excited now. We've just felt the first few drops of rain, and if it rains, the Palio will be tomorrow. If it rains again, the Palio will be the next day. I think last year, or a couple of years ago, it was delayed 3 days in a row. And speaking to people last night, they said it doesn't take much rain because once the sand is wet, that's it. And they also said when it rains here, it rains. So a few droplets of rain is not the best sign on Palio Day. Not good news at all. Thunder, lightning, the rain's really coming down. We might not be watching the Palio today. This is what the track now looks like. Wet and unsuitable for racing. The green flag goes up, the race is cancelled and the piazza is just full of slightly confused people hanging around waiting for tomorrow. The fact that the race was cancelled yesterday feels like it's raised the stakes because we've had to wait another day, so it feels tense. And probably the fact that there's a couple of raindrops coming down now again is adding to the tension. Everybody's in here waiting. This is the free area, so it's just gone 4 o'clock. The race is at 7:30 and you get in early to get a spot on the rail. People have been camped up since the morning with umbrellas, towels, snacks. Depending on how early you want to come, obviously dictates how close to the action you can get. If you wanted to spend a bit of money, it's about 250 quid to sit on the benches, which rest up against restaurants around the piazza, and then higher up, I guess some people, they own them, but you can also buy them, and you're looking at a couple of £1,000s, I think, to get maybe a room or a balcony. And the higher you go, the better view you get, and some of the aerial shots you see of the race are so cool. But as we've wandered through the streets of Siena this morning, it's exciting. There's parades, it's noisy, there's chatter, everybody's in their Contrada scarves. You get a real feeling of how much it means to the people of Siena. We're just here as tourists to enjoy it and have popped a scarf on, but this is a big day. It's the biggest day for the people of Siena. Roughly 2.5 hours before race time, you are catapulted into the action. The most incredible parade takes place as the Piazza del Campo slowly starts to fill. Each Contrada marches their way around the track, and as the piazza fills up, tensions start to rise. The final piece to the most incredible parade is the Palio itself, the silk cloth that the winning Contrada will take home. But my favourite part about all the build-up was the silence before.
What you see next is wild. Everybody rushes to get with their Contrada and their horse, and the celebrations that follow for the Orca Contrada were like I've never seen before. I came here for a horse race. People told me it was cool, they race around the main square, and yes, that is cool. But what really hits you is the heritage, the communities, and the passion of the people and their Contrada. And until you come here and see it, no YouTube clip will do this justice.